Hi guys, welcome to your English lesson for today. So we're going to carry on looking at planning our own non-chronological report about the Vikings. Before we do that, we're going to have a look at some grammar. So we were talking about different parts and different word classes yesterday. Today we're going to look at our determinants. So it's a word that introduces a noun such as an, a, every, this, those, the. So, for example, although he was tired, the young boy ran quickly into his bedroom to read a book. So we've got the and a as our determiners in that sentence. They're words that come before and introduce a noun. So they go in front of the noun and they introduce it. So an apple, the computer, my football. And they can give the reader information about it. So we have the, my, a. We're going to use the example of teacher. So the teacher taught the lesson. My teacher taught the lesson. A teacher taught the lesson. So they're all different ways of introducing a teacher. So my teacher gives it a bit of ownership as well. A teacher or the teacher could be any teacher from our school. So we have specific determinants as well. So we use these when the reader knows exactly what noun you're referring to. So we have the, this, those, these, that, which, her, my, his, your, whose, our, and their. So the is called the definite article. So it is the computer, the mouse, the teacher. An interrogative determiner. Which computer? Which teacher? So it's asking a question. So you want to find out which one you're referring to. So you then have the definite determiners. So that's this group of words here. So you could ask, well, which computer? And I could say this computer. Which teacher? Well, that teacher. So you get these, they're definites. They give you the example of, or not example, the definition of who that one is. You then have possessive determiners as well. My teacher. So it's the teacher that you have in school. You might be talking to one of your friends and be able to say his or her teacher. Or with a friend, your teacher. So they give ownership to that particular noun. So specific determiners are used when the reader knows exactly what you're referring to. So for example, the minion is smiling. We're talking about the minion that's on the screen and we can see he's got a smile. Which film did you go and see? So it's our interrogative determiner. We know someone's gone to see a film, but we don't know which one. Try completing this sentence using a specific determiner. I'll go back to the previous page and put them back up for you and then come back through to this and see if you can work out which one will fit. There's your list of determinants. Here's the sentence again. Have a go now. So which ones fit? Quite a few of them do actually. My dad's car broke down. Your dad's car broke down. His dad's car broke down. Her dad's car broke down. You could also have whose dad's car broke down on the way home last night. You could turn it into a question. But we're using it as a sentence, so we're going to leave it as that. So rather than turning it into a question, we'll leave it with his, her, my, their would work as well. Their dad's car broke down on the way home last night. So we can use them in lots of different ways, and we can use them to change who the noun belongs to. That's what I'm trying to say. So our general determinants. These refer to general nouns or nouns that the reader doesn't know. A, any, other, an, another, and what. They also tell the reader about how many nouns you're talking about. They're called quantifiers. Some, 5, few, more, all, enough, many, and less. So these give us an idea of a quantity. So we've got 5 as an example in there, but it could just as easily be 10 or 20 or 50 or 100. It depends what you're talking about. So where are the determiners used in these sentences? Pause the video here and have a look for the determiners. How did we get on with those? Let's just go through the answers. So our first one, the ball rolled down the path. So this is our definite article. We know exactly which ball we're talking about. We know exactly which path. Any computers must be turned off. So this could be a room full of computers. It could be all the computers in the school. So any computers must be turned off. 5 dogs. So we have a quantifying determiner. So it tells us a number of dogs played on the field. So we've got our definite determiner there as well. The lake is just beyond those trees. And are these dungarees yours? So that's our interrogative determiner. So it's asking a question. So our main task for today, you're going to plan your next 2 information paragraphs. So as we did yesterday, think about what you want to be the structure of them. What topic are you going to think about? What are they going to talk about? What's the subheading going to be? What are the key facts they're going to tell the reader? What's your topic sentence going to be? So again, you're going to need to do some research, either using some of our history lessons or information you can find on the internet, or even from the Horrible Histories books if you've got those. So again, remember, this is your plan, so it only needs to be in note form. So it doesn't need to be full sentences, neatly written paragraphs. It's a plan. So just write out the ideas that you want to incorporate into that paragraph. So yesterday, we looked at the left-hand side of your screen, paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Today, we're going to look at paragraph 3 and paragraph 4. These ones here. We need to remember some important bits of information, our subheadings. They tell the reader what the subject of each paragraph is. It's useful in helping the reader find the information on the page. Our topic sentence, this is the first sentence of our information paragraph. It tells the reader what that paragraph is going to explain in more detail. So your subheading, if you like, is a little signpost to say this is what this paragraph is about. Your topic sentence gives some more detail. It introduces what you're going to talk about. And then the actual paragraph itself, the core part of our non-chronological report. They give detailed information. These paragraphs should be able to be read in any order and not linked in a specific order. So make sure in your paragraph, you're not going to suddenly say, oh, if you've read this paragraph, it'll tell you about that. You're going to keep each paragraph separate. So what we should be able to do is maybe take one paragraph from one report, another one from another report, another one from another report, and a 4th one from a final report. And then we'd be able to write an introduction and link to all of those others and be able to have a new chronological report that still makes sense, but it does it because they don't link the paragraphs together. So bear that in mind. What you might also want to consider, just as a thought, had a really interesting history lesson yesterday, and we talked about the weaponry of the Vikings. Our history lesson on Friday, we made Viking longboats. I've seen the fabulous pictures on tapestry. So that could give you 2 ideas for your sentences. We've talked about settlements. We've looked at in science, we're starting to look at the materials. So we may talk about the materials that the Vikings used to build their houses and their boats. You can make a link, have one all about the materials they used. there's lots of ideas. So get the ideas down. And if you decide halfway through your plan, actually, I don't think I want that to use that paragraph, it's fine. You can take that paragraph out, you can put a new one in, and because none of the paragraphs are linked together, it doesn't matter which order we read them in, your report will still make sense. So a copy of the box up on here of our plan. I've put a copy in our Teams file. It's on there for you. If you can't find it, message me and I'll put it into a more obvious place for you to find. Good luck. I wouldn't worry about sharing these with me tomorrow. Share them on Wednesday. We'll have a look at them, bring them to our live session on Wednesday, and we can talk through any little wrinkles or problems that you might have had. Good luck. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.